Okay, so greetings from Antalya, and I'm going to do a quick country review. We've been here about a month now in Antalya, and so I had a lot of fun. It's been an awesome place, and so just want to give some tips to everyone else who might want to travel here, especially for digital nomads who have to run their businesses online. Maybe they're bootstrapping their businesses. So we're in a restaurant, so I hope it's not too noisy, and it's a little windy today. We're right on the coast here, so I'm holding the mic up here, so I hope you can hear me okay. So I'm just going to run through some of the things to think about if you want to come here. We decided to come to Turkey because a couple of reasons. One, it's not in the Schengen zone yet, so it's one of the few places in Europe you can come to if you need to stay outside the Schengen zone. And for my partner, she's not European, so we have to spend 3 months maximum in Schengen, 3 months outside because we're here in Europe for 6 months. So we looked at a few places. We were in Cyprus as well for a month, and then we came to Egypt and then Turkey. So that's our 3 months will be up very soon, and then we'll be heading into the Schengen zone. So that's the first reason. The second was the weather's supposed to be nice down here in Antalya compared to most places in Europe around this time of year. It's April now, so it's mid-April, and it's actually much nicer this week. It wasn't as warm as we were hoping, and I think we're still a bit early, so best time to come is probably mid-April onwards. And then obviously it gets really hot in the summer, so probably July, August. If you like 40 degrees, 30, 40 degrees, then that's the best time to come. But I think we came a good time because it's not so crowded, it's not too touristy, although in the old town here there's always quite a few tourists, but generally it's quieter. And I think the city grows from 2 million to 5 million in the peak tourist season, so it obviously gets a lot busier. So we came at a nice time. It's quite pleasant, quite quiet, and very chilled out. So we're able to just get our heads down, get a little work done. You can see behind me we're in the old town now in the harbour, and this is a beautiful spot to come to and relax. The water's super clear and blue, and it's just a beautiful place. So we spent a few evenings down here and down at the restaurants here, and it's been really great. So first thing I think most people want to know is the cost to live here. If you're staying, obviously we usually rent month by month because that way we get a better deal on the rentals, and because we're staying off season, it's slightly cheaper as well. So we were able to get an apartment here. It's a one-bedroom apartment, quite nice. Kitchen, everything you need. The pools aren't open really this time of year as well. So if you come later in the year, you have a pool. But we were paying 300 and was it no 400 euros I think. Yeah, 400 euros, about 420 euros a month, not including bills. So maybe about 450, 460 a month, depending how much bills you use. And yeah, it was a very nice place. It wasn't in the middle of town, but it's a quiet spot. It's right next to the mountains, so you just jump on a bus and in 20, 30 minutes you're in town. The town is pretty much spread out quite a bit across the coastline, so it just depends where you want to stay. But for us, it's pretty convenient. We just jump on a bus and in 20 minutes we're in town. So so we got a really nice place, and that's the main cost, obviously renting. Internet comes with the flat. Most of the internet connections are provided through the building provider in the condos you're staying in. So if you're staying in an apartment, the speed is really going to depend on how many people are staying in the condo. Again, because we're off peak, a lot of the places are empty, so we get most of the internet speed to ourselves. So we got quite lucky, and the internet's quite fast for us, and no major issues. Strangely enough, we did have a power cut for about half a day, which is kind of strange for Europe. And it wasn't that bad. It was just I think it actually never happened here before. They said locals weren't sure what was going on. So apart from that, everything was pretty much reliable and stable. And yeah, we got all our work done, and internet was super fast. So no issues there. If you need to do calls or podcasts or anything, interviews, then the connection's great. So internet speed's good. Temperature wise, like I said, this is about the perfect time I think to come. It's maybe 23, 24, and if you come obviously later, this is mid-April now, if you come later like May, June, July, it gets up into the 30s, high 30s. So temperature-wise, quite pleasant. Right now it's a good breeze, and humidity isn't so bad either, so it's not humid like Singapore. It's quite dry heat, so it just depends what you prefer. But coming from Asia, it's nice to get a break from the humidity. So air quality, what's really nice about Antalya is because you got the mountains and the ocean right next to each other, you just get this really, really clean, fresh air. And so that's for me is definitely a bonus because I value my health. I don't like to live in big cities with lots of smog, and that's kind of what puts me off about the big cities in Asia. So this is a definite plus. I would say one of the better air quality places with air quality I've been to. So definitely happy about that. Activities wise, there's probably a lot of things to do. We haven't gone out that much as I would have liked to, because I was catching up on so much work from when we were traveling around Egypt. So we're going to take a car tomorrow. We're going to go to Konya and a few other places. There's some really nice natural waterfalls and things you can see around town. So there are different things you can do. It's not cheap compared to compared to Asia, but compared to Europe, it's still pretty good value. So we're renting a car for a day. I think that's 120 liras, which is around what's that? Maybe 40 euros for a day. So it's not cheap. But yeah, you can definitely get around. It's not as expensive as London or Western Europe. So region-wise, obviously, it's in the south of Turkey. I think it's one of the second biggest cities in Turkey after Istanbul. We were actually in Istanbul for 10 days before we came here. We were there for an energy conference. It's part of the podcast we're launching. So we talked to some people there, and we were there for 10 days. And price-wise, it's definitely better value down here. Obviously, Istanbul is more expensive. It's a capital city, a lot more crowded, a lot busier. The air is not as fresh. It's a lot colder as well, actually. It was snowing one day we were there, which was a huge difference from what you can see behind me. So, so we definitely prefer Antalya over Istanbul. Its weather's a lot nicer. And safety-wise, haven't had any issues really. Even walking around late at night, you feel pretty safe. So, yeah, super happy about that. Obviously, not many places I feel unsafe, but I think my partner would agree it's pretty safe. People are super friendly here, always looking to help you. Even, you see old men get on the bus, and the young kids will always stand up, and it's a very respectful culture here. So I think the kids are raised quite well. Not like London, some places where you feel a bit vulnerable when you're on a bus sometimes, and a gang of kids get on the bus or the tube. So nothing like that here. Super safe, super happy. And nomads here, I haven't really met that many, I think, because it's kind of off the radar. I know people know about it. I would say it's a pretty good choice, pretty good destination in terms of internet speed, and cost is low for Europe, and it's outside of Schengen, so for non-Europeans it's ideal, I'd say. But haven't met many nomads here, probably because it's just unknown. I did meet a couple in Istanbul, and here it's been very chilled out. So I think they have some co-working spaces in Istanbul, but really nothing here. It's really touristy town. So a lot of Germans here, and the place is pretty much set up for the tourists. So, but still good value. So yeah, beautiful. You can see everything around me. I'll do a quick pan later. You see some pictures and images, but it's just beautiful. It's really, really stunning. The beaches are really amazing. The water's really clear. You can see the mountains, and on a clear day, it's just stunning. It's just spectacular. It reminds me a little bit of Switzerland, near the lakes. So really beautiful. Definitely would recommend it. I'm going to show you some of the shots we've taken now. So hope that was useful, and enjoy. Yeah, look at that. We're right on the beachfront. It's beautiful. Can't see the pillar, but the mountains in the background you can see. And on a clear day, it's just spectacular. And the sun coming off the water as well. Good job, cameraman. Yeah. So that's wrap it up for now. If any questions, anything I didn't cover, anything you want to know about Antalya, just post it below. Be happy to chat with you, give you some tips. After this, we're going to Barcelona. So in 4 days, we'll be traveling to Barcelona, and looking forward to being back in a nice country full of other entrepreneurs. And it's going to be quite hectic compared to Antalya. So this is definitely a downtime destination, very peaceful, very quiet, get lots of work done. I'm sure Barcelona will be a lot more crazy, a lot more hectic. So looking forward to that as well. So we'll talk to you soon.
gösterelim.